So today we're discussing Stormgate. It's currently in beta from February the 5th to the 12th. I've now played it 5 hours. I've given it a little bit longer time. And I've been sitting and I've been sifting through your comments on the last video where I basically said that the game was bland. It was kind of uninspired. Quite a lot of people agreed, to be honest. I was surprised. I thought I was going to find a lot of people that wanted to argue. There were some people that wanted to argue and said that you can't judge a game after playing it for half an hour. You need to play it for weeks and months on end, that the game will grow, it will develop, and all of this stuff. Okay, fair enough. Right. But the point is, I'm talking about the initial impression of the user. Now, I've played Command & Conquer as a kid. I've played June 2000. I've played Halo Wars on the Xbox. I've played, Red Alert, StarCraft 2, Brood War, Wings of Liberty, Heart of the Swarm, Grey Goo, Planetary Annihilation, all this stuff I've tried, right? And I like an RTS game just like anybody else. But the thing I want to do is I want to look at the battlefield and feel like I'm controlling a mini war. You're controlling a real-time strategy game. And when I'm playing Stormgate, what I feel like is I'm playing a Warcraft game, which is a game I'm not really into, and I'm kind of controlling these big pudge-like, slow, heavy units from Dota. And I'm having this clunky battle that doesn't feel charming or rewarding or exhilarating. The thing that I enjoy about, say, StarCraft is your opening unit is pretty much going to be like a Reaper, or it's going to be a little pocket of Zerglings, and you can dart in and out and you can harass and you can be annoying. Now, you could say you can do this with the Scout, but things take like 50 hits to kill, and it feels like even if you do a kind of a rush, I've got an example of some rushes that I've probably done, where it just feels like I'm just sending in a random slow unit and I can't really do much micro with it, and it doesn't feel that exciting. The first thing to note is when I look initially at the minimap, like we're talking, the game itself, the minimap seems just heavily bloated and I can't quickly pick out what I'm seeing. Now, that could just be because I'm new to the game, but I feel like this is a problem. The clarity of the minimap is obviously massive in an RTS game, and I don't quite know what I'm looking at, to be brutally honest. You've got camps going on, like vision camps, and yes, I know this chicken or whatever is like temporary art, but if you're a new player and you don't know that, you just think, why is this random chicken on the map with this random ball with this like Comic Sans text? You've got these camps, you've got units that level up when they get kills and do extra strength and all kinds of stuff. And I feel like there's a mini game going on inside of a game. And that's cool and all, but that's to me not what a strategy game is. So this game, what I decided to do was just slam two what I would call barracks down and just see what happens. That's all I did this game. And again, we're brand new to the game. We're playing other people that are brand new, so that the strategies and everything is, whatever. The thing that I wanted to get across, right, is let me just tab out and turn this down. The thing I wanted to get across is when I'm playing the game, what were we told, right? What were we told that this was going to be? It was going to be a social RTS, because we've all played RTS games, right? What's the one thing that ends up happening? You're tweaking your build over and over and over again, and you're doing repetition over and over and over again, correct? And what is happening is something goes wrong. Like, let's say, for instance, I've executed this strategy and I'm building this couple of bunkers here with like these mechanical units with a pink flag, with these little 2D robots, and now I've got a dog running around, and I've got an ogre with a sword, and then I've got these little gremlins with fiery tails. Like, nothing's making sense to me visually. It's on this flat 2D ugly looking ground. You've got like hollow sort of flat looking something mite or whatever it's called. Then these are collecting minerals. You've got this blood glowing here which just looks very cartoony. I'm building out of a spaceship collecting lava. Like, I don't understand anything about the film. There's a donkey there, there's a chicken, there's some, like, I have no idea what's going on, bro. It's fucking awful, mate. And now I'm sending out a guy with an axe to push into, and I thought I'll just try some kind of sentry whatever push, right? And when I'm watching the fight and I'm playing the fight, we've got this audio, shink shink, 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 the audio is terrible. Now, I know what you're going to tell me. Oh, well, audio can be changed. Things can be changed. Yeah, obviously things can be changed. But the point is, what I'm looking at, I want everything to be changed. I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is awful. And I'm not even trying to be a dick. I can never see myself playing this game. I look like, I feel like I'm playing a mobile game and I'm going, chink, chink. Chink, 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 stab, stab, and this is not what I want. What I want is like Zerglings kiting Marines. I want things pulling back. I want Reapers darting in and out. I want excitement. And to be honest, it feels like early game cheeses after I've played a bit more kind of don't really exist. You can kind of lock them off. So what you end up doing is just kind of tucking into your base, and then you build this big blob of slow units that come out and fight each other. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, listen to the audio. It sounds like it sounds like a 1920s episode of like Batman versus a Robin. It's like biff, pow, bop. Like, what the fuck am I listening to, mate? And you can say, oh, it's just audio, mate. Get over it. It's the initial impression to the end user. Let's say you've never looked at anything about Stormgate. You don't know that the chicken is temporary art, and this game has come out and it's in beta. So you're thinking, well, it's in beta. It's going to release soon. Let's give it a go. And you look at it and you play this and you go, nah, this isn't for me. And you never read any more news about it. You never read any more updates. You never try the game again and you leave. Like, when I'm watching this game, I don't like the fact that my opening units are these like melee stab guys. It just doesn't feel cool to me. You know, there's more things you can do with a range unit than not. The graphics, yes, there is blood. There is a spine that looks like one of those fish bones out of a cartoon. Then there's a butterfly here. So, like, on screen, just look at what we've got. Grass, flat trees, blood, fish bones, dirt road, rocks. Now we've got grey ground with fire on, a temple with a saucepan of blood glowing. We've got a fiery object been built here. We have a lava rock. We now have like an old medieval castle with a skull. We have these pig-looking grunt things. We've got fiery tails farming concrete rocks. Like, there's so I have no idea what I'm looking at. The UI obviously is, to me, awful. And again, UI can change. Yes, we know. But let's pull it back, right, and let's have a look at some more advanced gameplay from somebody like, let's say, if I exit the game, from somebody like, let's say, Grubby. Okay, so shout out to Grubby. Sorry for yoinking your video, mate, but go and subscribe to Grubby if you want to see his content. Let's just pull up some people that have played a lot more than me, and let's chat about the game, because when I play Stormgate, what I see is things like this, right? Here's some pictures that I've pulled up. You've got your brood wall. Just look at the picture that you're seeing right there. It entices you in, doesn't it? Whether it's old or not, you've got the space element going on there. You've got the big armada ships. You've got these explosions. You've got the dragoons in the front. You've got all these creatures, and you're like, wow, this looks like good, clean fun. I want to give this a go. The UI, you like seeing, okay, there's a selection of units there. There's a portrait. There's some commands to the right. It looks full. It's not part of your screen. You've got the supply and stuff in the top right. You've got, say, games like Supreme Commander. Like, you just look at that and you think, wow, like, I want to be a part of that. That looks pretty fun. Lord of the Rings Middle Earth. You just look at it. You've got the big structures they're protecting their land, the big armies. June 2000. You're like, tanks, you've got mongooses, you've got everything going on. You think this looks good. You've got Command and Conquer, you know, the tank wars, the icy ground with a river just perforating and penetrating the bottom hand of the picture there. It looks exciting, doesn't it? It looks crisp. Like, you look at this picture and you think to yourself, that looks clean. You've got tanks. You can see over here, you've got this little marine. You've probably got engineers. These guys are lead down prone shooting. You've got the flamethrower. You've got like the Nod laser beam turrets and whatever's going on, right? There's so much cool stuff in Command and Conquer, right? You've got like Tiberian War, all this stuff, right? You've got even this. Yes, it's flat, but you can also tell there's some height to the cliffs. And just on initial impression, you can tell, okay, this looks like there's some sort of harvesting farming unit coming out of here. It looks like there's some surface-to-air missile turrets at the back. Looks like there's a tank here. There looks like they're driving down to maybe farm this area. There's some smoke. There's stuff on fire. You know, but when we come to Stormgate and we take a look at, say, a big battle, let's say, for example, this, and you see something like, you know, somebody been attacked, and you're just looking at the UI itself, okay, at the top here, we've got 6 big square logos and a big timer. We've got square UI down here. We've got a mishmash of styles, and we've just got things meleeing each other. I want you to realise that one of the selling points, you've got to think about this. What Stormgate was trying to do was, when Stormgate announced, it was, yo guys, StarCraft 2 is really hard to play. It's unreadable. It's not beginner friendly. There are loads of issues with clarity. Things are a bit confusing to play. It's not social enough. You're sat laddering on your own. You practicing builds, you're laddering. You queuing, you're laddering. You're just playing on your own, refining a build over and over again. What has Stormgate done, genuinely? You can tell me, what has Stormgate done to make the game feel more beginner friendly? Yeah, you can press W and build all of your units out of one thing, but that StarCraft could do that if they really wanted to. It's a simple technology like UI hotkey change, right? You could just say, oh, I just look at it and I don't see what is easier to grasp or visually more clear in this game. I don't see where the social elements are. I don't see where the good sound design is, the good graphics, you've got a blank product, right? With StarCraft, you're obviously limited to, you've got the 3 races. You're kind of pigeonholed into what those races do and feel like, so you're kind of stuck. With a new game, you can do whatever you want. They can do whatever they want. If this unit wants to take off right here and fly 500 miles into his base, it can do. Maybe it takes 3 minutes to charge up, and after 10 minutes, it sends a nuke into his base and it's game over. It could do anything it wants, right? It could put a global icon on the map and be like, you've got 3 minutes to kill this guy or the game's over. It could do whatever it wants. But I just feel like I'm playing a mobile version of StarCraft with no charm. That's what I feel like I'm playing. Clunky, slow. The battles just seem weird. To be honest, the battles just seem very strange. And you could point this out and say, well, Roach versus Roach in StarCraft 2 isn't very readable, or it's a bit of a clunky mess, or whatever. But this is a new game. This is meant to fix the problems of StarCraft 2 and help it alleviate. Ask yourself this. What does the Stormgate music sound like? Can you hum a tune in your mind? Can you think about the cadence of the music? Or, like, is there anything charming about this game? Anything charming about the game that has made you go, you know what? I'm going to queue another game. Like, sometimes you get smashed in StarCraft, but you just like the Terran music, and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to macro up, I'm going to play mech, I'm going to vibe out to some Terran music, and I'm just going to try siege something, shell something down. Maybe I'm going to build a battle cruiser. With this game, I was like, right, what am I going to do? I'm going to load in, I'm going to build a melee unit, I'm going to build something like, say, like this, that looks like a medevac, and it just, you just drop some stuff off like a medevac. It has all the opportunity to do brand new things and fix problems that StarCraft had, but I don't see what it's fixing. Because, riddle me this, guys, StarCraft died, right? Why did StarCraft die? StarCraft died because people enjoyed team games more. Laddering on your own got lonely. There wasn't much of a community feel when you sat grinding ladder. There was the whole, Brood War Infestor, bloody Swarm Host, take 17 hours to finish a game and it never got patched for about 2 years that helped kill the game off. There was loads of little things, but generally the industry moved away from RTS games and into more exciting skirmish kind of games, like, say, a League of Legends. Like, you control your unit and you do all this sick micro on a unit, right? When I play this game, I feel like I'm playing and watching clunky Warcraft that's got a little bit more of an RTS feel, but not enough to, like, this game to me has too much RTS in it to appeal to like a total Warcraft fan. It has too much Warcraft in it to appeal to like someone that just loves RTS games. And it just, I'm just sensing like yes, look at all these icons, right? They can change. But what is the genuine and general theme of this? The cartoony pictures, picture of a moon, picture of a soldier, picture of a bat, picture of an eye, right? They're just like these very, very simple UI things. The graphics aren't very charming. The fights are slow. Everything's moving, bum bum. It's like an episode of Bully, mate. If you're from the UK, it's like in one, bum 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 ba but the Stegosaurus is coming in, and it's like, look at the fight that we're watching on screen. Is this exhilarating? Is this exciting? Does this make you think, you know what, this is gonna kill StarCraft? Is that what it makes you feel like? Yes, for example, right? Let's just fast forward. Sorry, I was muted there for a while. I don't know how long I've been muted. But basically, let me just tell you this. When you look at the fights of the Zerg versus Zerg, you can tell there's two clear defined units there. Whether you're a new player or not, you can tell there's a unit here, similar unit on the other team, and then there's some fiery things that look like they're shooting out fireballs, and you're like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. I get that. You can tell there's some kind of defensive structure pecking away at things, and there's a home unit defending there, and then you can see that these are burrowed. You can tell they're underground. You can tell they're smaller and traveling, and you can tell that, yeah, they've snuck in there. And you've got to remember that this is the game that died, right? So this game has to, Stormgate, has to topple this, or it has to steal all of its players and get more. Because if you're saying StarCraft is dead, and because it doesn't have enough players and enough pros and enough tournaments or whatever, then it's going to have to beat this. And I don't think it is, because when I look at this game, I have no idea what it is. I think what they've tried to do is they've gone, we need to make something new so it looks new, but we actually need to have a core base that kind of reminds people of StarCraft, or we're never going to pull the StarCraft people in. I'd have rather they just said, hey guys, we're the guys that made StarCraft and we're going away from StarCraft and we're going to try and make a new strategy game. That's it. The fact that they're constantly trying to rope the old StarCraft people in tells me that they think we need the old StarCraft guys to give us an initial boost. And yeah, a lot of people are going to give it initial boost because the StarCraft 2 guys are, desperate for something new. But when I see resource camp farming, when I see these slow units, when I see units ranking up and getting extra powers, when I see like early cheeses being able to be denied and units that aren't really exciting to watch or micro, like seeing Reapers versus drones building spines and then taking themselves out of the spine and saving themselves and waiting for the queen to pop out, that's more exciting than any battle I've seen so far in Stormgate. And I mean that. I'm not even just saying that just to be rude or to be a dick or anything. When I watch the fights, I don't feel any excitement, and that's worrying, because you can change the art style, you can change the graphics, you could even change what all of the camps do. You could remove the camps, change the camps, whatever. But the actual core fights don't seem exciting. Whereas when you play, like I say, a Supreme Commander, it doesn't matter if you're doing every single thing wrong. If you build this big laser unit and you see it go boom, and you see it launch an attack at the ground or snipe a plane out of the sky, you just go, oh shit, that was really cool. I want to do that again. It's like you're doing nothing correct in StarCraft and you finally get a Protoss Colossus out and it goes zhing, zhing, and its laser beams swipe across a marine. You go, ooh, that was pretty cool. I want to do that again. Or I've thrown a storm out. I want to do that again. Or wow, the archers really helped me defend, or whatever it may be, right? Wow, look at the big line of fire I created. That was awesome. When I'm watching this game, I've yet to see a single thing that makes me go, wow, that was awesome. Tell me I'm wrong. Maybe I've just not seen enough. Maybe I've just not played enough. What is the awesome thing that this game does that is going to drag you back to keep playing and playing and playing? Look, it might turn out that it's a very nice, balanced game. It's a free-to-play game on Steam. They might fix the art design a little bit. They might make it a little bit less clunky. But do we actually think that this is the StarCraft 2 successor that is going to like reinvigorate real-time strategy games and get everybody laddering again and discussing like, oh shit, how do you handle the Immortal Century all in? Like, is this the game that we think is going to reinvigorate the genre? Does it do enough new that makes you excited to sign in and play again? Or are we watching big beefy slow units fight inside of a HP camp healing and trying to walk away while some other slug-ash units try walk away? I'm not enjoying it. That's my impressions of the beta. I'm not going to play it anymore because I'm not enjoying it. I'm going to put the game down. I'll watch some more gameplay of it. I'll wait till there's another test and see what's happened, see what's changed. But at the moment, I have no excitement to play the game. And when I've spoke to people, because I know people that play RTS games, I've shown them these videos, I've shown them the game, and they've just gone, nah, I'm all right, mate. It doesn't look my type of thing, right? There's got to be something that makes you go, ooh, that looks exciting. Like, you can suck at StarCraft, right? You can absolutely suck, but you get a line of tanks and they all fire off and kill 10 Marines. Whether you suck or not, the guy might just go, hey, that was pretty fun. I'm going to try getting that position again with a line of tanks and hope somebody runs into me. When I'm playing this game, I do feel like I'm playing a little mini game. It feels more akin to... This feels like going from League of Legends to Heroes of the Storm than it does going from, say, League of Legends to Dota. If you know what I mean, you'll know what I mean. So, yeah, I'm not excited about the game in any way. I think it's really, really poor showing. That's my take.